Live from San Antonio, Mike Taylor.
Oh, we have a hell of a lot to get to and not nearly enough time to get to it, so let's get right into it and start off with a big thank you. As promised, Live Oak Vodka, the official vodka of Taylor. Look at that. Can you see the logo there? I told the dude I'd put the logo on my laptop. It occurred to me that's prime time advertising real estate right there. The back of my laptop. So when I say we're for sale, damn it, I mean we're for sale. It's Taylor, and the official vodka of us is Live Oak Vodka. Appreciate you boys for sponsoring the first part of this show and last night's extravaganza. They took care of a bunch of Thunderdormers with a bunch of free vodka. Did you take a shot? I think you did. Or did I talk you in?
I had a tasting.
Okay, had a baby. Yeah. We had guys in there that normally just drink beer that decided to partake. Some didn't, but that's okay. And we were at McFinnigan's bar last night, and Live Oak Vodka, they came and brought a bunch of stuff. You know, the 2022 highly recommended Ultimate Spirits Challenge champion who got a 91 last year, and now they're the official vodka of Taylor. They showed up last night, and we were mixing it with pineapple and cranberry. Because we were wondering earlier in the week, what do you mix vodka with other than club soda to trick it up a little bit and give it some flavor? Cranberry juice came up. Pineapple, they mixed the two last night. And I was walking around drinking hoity-toity shots that me and all the chicks. I was like I pride myself on being a fine dolphin, right? But I was more like a boto. You know what a boto is?
Educate me.
The botos of the Amazon rainforest. The pink dolphins. Oh. So I was still a dolphin, but I was a little pink last night, drinking with the women.
Still a dolphin.
Still a dolphin. So thank you to Live Oak Vodka, and they also gave me a bunch of missions tickets. So I'm going to do a bit here. I haven't told y'all. I got
No one told me.
butt ton of missions tickets. These are all dugout seats here. So I've got, and these are interchangeable, by the way. Like if you don't want to go on this date that's listed, you can change it. That's the way that these came out. I didn't know they made tickets like that.
Pretty genius.
That is cool. So if you don't like this game, you can switch. I got 4 seats to the missions game on August the 19th, and I've got 3 more to the missions game on August 23rd. How do you get these? You need to be a member of this show. Subscribe, like, share, but become a member of this show. Reach out to me. The first 2 dudes or dudettes that reach out to me via any way, and I'll be able to tell who came in first when we get off the air today. We'll score these. What you have to do is reach out to me and prove to me with a screenshot that you are indeed a member of Mike Taylor Live on YouTube. Okay? All right. And we had a good night and almost saw a fight between the Rangers and the Astros and had a good time. So thanks to Live Oak Vodka for showing up last night and doing things with us. LG did not make it last night, which is fine. Those things are not required attendance. But we find out why Lawrence did not cruise through McFinnigan's last night. He went to see Oppenheimer.
Well,
finally.
5 p.m. showing.
Right.
Kind of.
So how long is the movie? 3 hours, I'm sure, because we just can't make a movie under
it's like
3 hours
exactly
anymore.
a 3-hour runtime. Yep, for sure.
Okay, well, I'm only bringing this up because LG let us both know before the show just now that we had technical problems, but it was not the AMC River Center y'all went to.
It was not, no.
Okay, what happened last night with Oppenheimer?
Palladium IMAX. This as soon as the no spoiler here, but an atomic bomb goes off somewhere in the movie.
Okay, that's not a spoiler. I mean, it's
Anyway,
it's World War II.
during that
There were
scene,
some bombs.
the bomb blew out the speakers.
In the Palladium?
Yeah, in the Palladium. And for the last hour and 45-something minutes of the movie, it was just crackling bad speakers the whole time. And they knew about it because when I went to go complain after the movie, they had rain checks ready to go. And they said it was supposed to have been fixed overnight. And apparently it's been happening for like 2 days now.
Damn it, Hector, I thought you fixed this shit. I thought you fixed it. What is going on with the technical problems in this town, in the movie?
Well, that
movie's cursed or something.
I mean, this one could have
hell?
happened to any screening, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just bad speaker equipment.
Sure, well, it sure is funny that it would happen to be that flick.
Yeah, it sure is.
On their big IMAX. Come check out my big old IMAX. Went flat last night.
Another thing here is no spoilers, but that movie is not worth seeing on anything than a regular theater. It's
After
a dialogue
all
movie.
that?
Yeah, after all that.
You were all hard up and horny
yeah,
to
I
go
thought there
to...
was going to be more like shots that deserved IMAX. It's dialogue. There's only, I guess I'm spoiling it here, but yeah, it's the bomb's like the most beautiful scene that deserves IMAX. After that is dialogue. The whole movie takes place in the courtroom.
Oh, okay. So Christopher Nolan went too artsy fartsy in making this and making us all think that you should watch this on 70mm, but really it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
I
but
don't
I
think it's
still
worth
want to
it.
see the movie. The movie is good. Yes.
Yes.
Did the crackling?
The movie is
Did the
good.
crackling fuck it up for you because it could have been better to you had you?
I
not had
mean,
to do
half
it?
the theater didn't even notice.
Really?
Like, yeah, there was a dude next to me that kept saying, "Oh no, they're just inserting a Geiger counter sound," and I was like, for an hour and 45 minutes.
The Nolan apologist. Oh, no. This is just part of his genius.
You just don't understand.
You just don't get
this
it.
is it. It's supposed to have crackles. It's like an old record.
That's why they had rain checks ready to go.
Okay. Well, when Nina gets home, we're going to go see it probably next week. But it'll be at. We'll probably go to the Palladium because that's the one I like. But we won't go to the IMAX. We'll see it on a regular screen.
Either one of y'all have any interest in seeing Barbie?
No, I've got more interested in
No.
sitting in an ant bed full of ants.
Okay.
With honey with my taint out.
I guess I will be the lone viewer of the full Barbenheimer release.
Let us know how it
I'll
goes.
check back with you.
Now that would be some pissed off people if that one had a technical meltdown.
Yeah, how
This
come
is
Barbie
ridiculous.
can't
We
get
spent
the
45 minutes in line. I spent $80 on M&Ms and popcorn, and the movie didn't. It just had crackles.
Now those people would complain. They're like a bunch of Swifties going to
Sure.
see that. I'm ass whipped by the Barbie hype. They want to force it down your throat. The movie companies.
It's a movie.
Everywhere
That's
you go, it's
every
I
movie.
guess I'm also jealous of the promotion that stuff like
marketing,
that gets.
yeah.
I know. If this show got 0.01% of the marketing that Barbie got, we'd have 50,000 members by the end of the afternoon
God, but what? I mean, hell,
because our show's good.
what was Barbie's marketing budget? I mean, they turned a
$1 billion?
whole mansion pink in Beverly Hills.
Why on earth do you want to see that? Because your wife wants to and you're just going to be a good soldier, or you just really want to?
No, I hear from trusted sources that I actually align with when it comes to movie reviews.
Well, the ghost of Gene Siskel came to you in a vision.
No, buddies that have seen it, that were drugged to it and said, "Look, man,
Were they
it's
stoned?
actually, well, yeah, of course,
Of course.
yes. But when are you not when you go to a movie? That's kind of what you do. It's territory for the operation.
Well, that's another
You're sitting in a
topic.
room for 3 hours.
I was joking. Of course you don't get stoned. I bet you hate it. That's stupid.
I bet I like
I
it.
don't like artsy movies like that.
See, I do.
I get my ass whipped. I like realistic movies. I don't. That's why I don't like those
I like both.
superhero. I don't like. And of course, now half the movies that get made are Marvel Comics and DC and all this kind of thing. I have no time for any of those action movies because Americans all want to be superheroes because we all have a superhero complex. We all want attention. We all want to be told that we're more mighty than we actually are. When we're just a bunch of worms that'll all be back in the dirt.
That's uplifting.
Well, we are, but it's an American thing.
Some worm meat is better than others and
Well,
accomplishes
well,
more and
in-
has
in-
more
in
merit.
the United States, we teach all our kids that everything's great and everything's acceptable. And so that's why these damn superhero movies have taken off because we all think we are them. I got no time for that. I like realistic films, which is why I'm excited to go see Oppenheimer in the theater. But obviously don't choose to see it in
Don't
tricked up.
go to
That's
the
not
IMAX
necessary.
at Palladium.
And they
at
charge you
least.
more money to go to the IMAX
Oh yeah,
than
yeah,
the
they
regular
do.
theater.
It's $20.
too.
How much?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
$20.
Really?
Yep.
But he got a free rain check movie.
Oh
out of
yeah,
it,
they
too.
hooked me up.
So do you get a free $20 IMAX rain check, or is that just
Thursday
I don't know.
matinee. at
Yeah,
noon.
exactly.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It actually has like a checkbox on it, and they didn't check which type of movie. Let me see.
well? Sounds like it's
Well, watch out.
open to
They
interpretation.
will screw you over.
See there,
at
it
Palladium.
says like IMAX, but they didn't check any of this stuff, so I don't know what it's good for. To tell you the truth,
I like Palladium. I like the amenities, but they will screw you over. As you recall, I had beef with Palladium in 2022. I went in there with free movie passes, and they denied me because they said that the movie passes were expired. And I said, how do you know that they're expired? They don't have a date on them.
They said because Reagan's not president anymore.
Well, the manager even told me, sir, I worked here 8 years, and we've never, in the 8 years I've been here, have not printed movie passes that look like that.
No, all of
They were
those
like 20
employees
years old.
thought you just you made them on Canva at home and printed them out. That's exactly what they thought.
They were just in my drawer all
They'd
these
never
years.
seen them. They were so old.
Been hanging on to them. But, but they should have put a date on there. I should have got a free movie out of the deal. Pissed off Palladium something awful because I bitched about it on the air back on the days of the ticket. All right, well, I'm glad you saw it. So do you highly recommend it? We're going to see it regardless, but did you love the film?
Good movie, yeah.
Okay,
Definitely
cool.
a good movie.
Okay, cool. Worth the 3 hours?
Yeah, it's a
Didn't
quick
feel like
3.
it?
No, I didn't feel
Okay.
like 3 hours.
Okay,
no.
cool. Right on. All right, very good.
Quick
Puma
3.
wanted to get into something today, but before we get into it, let us discuss that Movie Talk on Mike Taylor Live was presented by Elite Collision. What a car wreck of a scene it's been so far getting the movie to be shown here in town. Whether it's the melt. If the movie were a car, they wouldn't have any issues because they could go get it fixed at Thunderdome's Elite Collision of Bernie, north of the rim off of I-10. Locally owned and operated by Puro San Antonio people. If you get into a car accident and you have body damage, you have collisions that need to be repaired, you have fender bender that needs to be fended and fixed, maybe hail damage, maybe you need a paint job because of the said wreck, they will fix it quick at Elite Collision of Bernie, just 10 minutes past the rim, right off of I-10, exit 542 in Bernie. Call them, tell them you're Thunderdome, get some body work done. It is EliteCollisionofBernie.com. Elite Collision of Bernie.com. All right, Puma wanted to get into, when you texted me this 2 days ago, I thought you were going to talk about like broadcast media, journalism, but you actually mean just film, like tape of events in the world that get out. Because he texted, I want to talk about lost media. And I thought you meant like lost journalists that have lost their jobs. I thought we were going to talk about like talk show hosts losing their jobs.
No.
Lost media.
Yeah, that does sound
There's a whole garage full of lost and fired media members. No, for more, here's Sam.
No, basically, the concept of lost media, I've gone down this wormhole in the last couple of weeks. We all feel like everything is out there on the internet. I mean, it's 2023, the early days of browsing eBaum's World or Rotten.com. You feel like everything was there. Everything is somewhere on the internet, whether it's 4chan, Reddit, YouTube, somewhere it is openly available to the public. Just anything that has been broadcast publicly is still somewhere on the internet.
Right.
That's not always the case, and it's for various reasons. Obviously, some lost media was real media when it was created and put out public, like game show episodes. Those were intended for the public, but now, there's multiple episodes of Wheel of Fortune that have featured different individuals. Like one guy was a child molester.
Oh.
But he did it after the filming of the episode. Mm-hmm. So by the time it aired, it aired. It aired live in like 1988, I think
they
it
didn't
was.
know.
They had no clue.
Later on, they went back and pulled it off.
And so later they went back.
You can't find that episode.
It's gone. So the studio just still owns it, still keeps it. Yeah. And LG and I were talking about this yesterday a little. Like there's episodes of It's Always Sunny where they did blackface or did black characters in blackface, and the studio has pulled those episodes. Technically,
that's not even an old show,
right? But those technically aren't lost media because people still have them on DVD. Mm-hmm. So they're still out there. You can still buy the DVD full sets with those episodes in it, but they've been pulled from streaming service. So that's kind of like the in-between great, like the Wheel of Fortune episodes you can't find anymore. I mean, the studio has thrown them into a vault and never going to play them again. Mm-hmm. So those pieces of media obviously were intended for the public to begin with.
Can you imagine how many different people that have been on Wheel of Fortune over the years?
Oh, yeah.
You've got murderers, molesters, bank robbers,
There was another piece of lost media,
dill holes, dickweeds.
a game show in England,
Yeah.
a dart game show.
Yeah.
The guy ended up being a serial killer.
Oh, cool.
And one of England's most exactly. See, and so I figured
I wanna watch that.
Your smile tells me you're going to enjoy this wormhole.
I
And
want to
there's-
watch that.
Right.
But apparently I can't.
But you can't.
Okay, well.
But there's a lot of lost media has like still images, single frame pictures that have been leaked and released. So you can find those,
Yeah.
but you can't find the full episode. Or you could find maybe a 5 to 10 second snippet, but you're not getting the full episode. It's not in public circulation anymore. So your smile tells
I
me.
see why you'd want to go on Wheel of Fortune or something if you're a serial
Sure.
killer. You need the money because you got to buy rope, you got to buy duct tape, you got to have chains.
You need gas
You
for
gotta be
the
able to-
car
you gotta-
that you're
you
going to
gotta-
drive
yeah,
to a different
you gotta
state
go
to
a
dump a
different
body.
place. Yeah, you need like lye, stuff like that to hide the stank. Yeah, it makes sense.
So
Smart by him.
So that's one part of lost media. Other parts are obviously more gruesome and grotesque, like the
car
like
wrecks.
well, yeah, but like closed circuit television cameras that captured mass casualty events, or specifically people that filmed them doing
There's a lot of
mass casualty events.
there's a lot of terrible stuff on YouTube. What I can't there's lots of wrecks and awful things, natural disasters, floods, fires, collapses. I can't even imagine what if it's been chosen to be taken down by whoever takes that down. It must be really bad shit.
Does the name Arvin Mivas mean anything to y'all?
Arvin Mivas.
Armin Mivas,
Negative. No.
a German dude.
Producer of Oppenheimer.
No,
Okay.
it does sound well. He is German. He's a German guy
Yeah.
that in the '90s, when the internet was just when message boards were first starting to gain popularity and attract people. He was a member of a cannibal message board where he found a guy on this message board
Yeah.
that would agree to come be eaten alive. And he filmed all 3 hours of it.
Of him eating a dude?
Correct.
And the dude just laid there?
Laying in the
Did he-
bathtub
did the
as
guy-
they were.
How do you let yourself get
Look,
eaten?
this one has a lot of gruesome detail. We don't need
did
to.
he, like, knock him out first?
No, the guy
Okay.
wanted to
Just
enjoy.
watched himself get sliced open and eaten?
That's correct. And he had a very specific first request that involved the biting off of his penis.
Really?
That's correct. Yeah,
He wanted the murderer
That's
to bite
correct.
off his dingus.
that's correct. And
Did he do it?
It was a failed attempt.
Oh, well, there's a lot of there's some cartilage
it's
intended.
it's a lot stronger than
You know,
you
you
realize.
get inside the turkey leg, and it starts getting harder when you start hitting the tendons and stuff.
Right. It's very, but they
wacky
ended up
Germans.
pulling a knife out and it was fine. So
Okay.
he records all 3 hours of that.
What the fuck up with these Germans?
He posts it, so it's public media now.
Yeah.
Then it's used against him at trial. He's locked away for murder, and the Rottenburg police hold the video. So now it's lost media.
Okay.
But the 3 hours
So
of
they
him,
posted this video somewhere.
he did, yeah.
Golly.
Because he wanted other cannibals to
Sure.
see it, and everyone else was like, whoa, 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 this is just a fantasy, dude. Like, you're not supposed to actually do it. And he was like, oh, sorry.
I am so sorry.
And it's so that was a
I did
weird
them a favor.
that was a weird court case in Germany because on video it shows everything he did was consensual. Everything.
Even
He
with the-
asked
And the guy just laid there and let it happen?
Yes.
Through the pain?
because the
and-
guy was suicide basically for the guy. He wanted to die anyway, and it was his fantasy to die in that man. It's German. It's Germany, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Germany in the 90s. They
know.
yeah, bite off my dingus.
Of course. Come on, stuck it. I'll fick it.
So
Fick it in the eye hole.
that's a weird one in and of itself because the guy definitely is a murderer,
Sure.
but it was also everything he did. He asked before he did it.
It's
It was
Kevorkian.
It's very Kevorkian, right? So it led to a lot of.
So did the guy go to prison?
Oh yeah, he's still
there?
but he's in he's in a very low level. Like they're keeping him for life, but he's in a very very low level.
Well, that's those German prisons.
Well-
they're like hotels.
Some can be harsher than others, and he's not in the he's not where your typical cold-blooded murderer in Germany is. So
He's just a cannibal. That's all.
he's just a cannibal. He's harmless. These men are
He
nihilists,
likes to
Donnie.
eat cock.
Right.
Literally.
Literally. So again, to kind of show you the range of lost media,
Jeez.
I think this is something that we could revisit periodically because
Okay.
there are different levels of lost. I mean, there are harmless. There are episodes of shows that just got pulled not for any gratuitous or graphic reason. They're just pulled. So
I didn't
that's
think you
lost
could
media.
take things down. I guess the average person just thinks it's all up there.
Exactly.
If you really look, there's like the dark interwebs that get people arrested all the time.
Yep.
You've got underground terrorist organizations that are out there online. You just figure everything's out there for it to be. How do you pull that? Like, I don't want to get into the tech. I don't want to go down that wormhole and bore people. But obviously, it's possible
Okay.
to remove something from the internet forever.
Good example. The guy that you remember the 127 Hours movie. What was
Yeah.
his name? Ralston.
James Franco.
Well, James Franco played. I think his name was like Austin Ralston or something
Sure.
like that.
He had to saw his own arm off.
Right, but
Because he got stuck in the Moabite desert or
He
something in
did the
Utah.
full video blog or video. He recorded everything he was going through in the moment.
Yeah.
So there, he has all 127 hours of the footage of him going through everything.
What a millennial. Oh, I just got a boulder crushed on my arm. I'm stuck here and dying in the middle of the desert. I'm going to roll on the whole thing.
Well, he was doing it so he could say goodbye to his family because it was he.
But not
thought
before he
he was-
posted it to Facebook.
Well, he didn't post it. It got out later, and then he was able to get it back, and it's lost media.
It's too
now.
bad the juice didn't roll on himself, turning them people into human Pez dispensers.
That wouldn't surprise me if there actually is some CCTV video of it somewhere, or at least some like him. What's his name? Leaving the restaurant with the glasses to take back to her, or whatever it was that she had left.
Golly.
So, two specific ones today that I want to mention.
All right, before you do that,
Okay.
this is called a beautiful tease. I'm so sorry to Janet and Rick and the guys, but y'all are going to sponsor Puma's dark segment here. It is R&R Auto Glass. Maybe a serial killer was after you and you wiped out and hit a tree and bashed the windshield in your car. You can go get it fixed at R&R Auto Glass. Maybe you were having gross German sex in the back seat of your car and the dude panicked and accidentally kicked one of the windows out and cracked it.
It happens.
It does. Go to R&R Auto Glass right there by the airport at 281 in Tacoma, where they take all insurances known to man here in America. And don't forget to mention me when you get in there either and get the Taylor Especial, the only place to ever get your glass fixed in your vehicle. It is R&R Auto Glass, R&R Auto Glass. For more, here's Samuel.
Okay. So as I said, I mean
Yes, sir.
these range from completely harmless to not safe for work
Yeah.
to not safe for life. I mean, there are ranges. I mean, there's footage of the 1955 Le Mans 24 hours at Le Mans crash where the Mercedes car went up into the crowd and killed like 80 something people.
Damn.
Right.
80 something.
Yes.
Must have burned them.
Well, it started a whole
Damn.
grandstand and they were trapped under.
Stampede.
Yeah. But like there's.
So there is not, or there is video?
That's lost, but it's owned, it's retained, it's held by the Le Mans Racing Company, whatever their parent company is called. There's also footage of Formula One great Ayrton Senna, his last race when he was the last Formula One racer who died until a few years ago. His cockpit video is lost media. The image, the instant, his final lap, the wreck, everything. Formula One still has that video, and they've never made it public. They have shown they've released screen grabs of different, showing that it wasn't, basically showing that it was a freak accident, to defend Senna, but they've never released the full video.
Wow.
So
Okay.
there's a lot of it is dark.
Dumb question. I'm assuming that video pre-internets is easier to remove from psyche forever, right?
It's a matter, once it's digitized, it can spread like wildfire.
It's not less powerful than something I just embed from my phone today.
I don't think so.
That's
because there's also like, do you remember? You ever heard of the old 1930s movie Noah's Ark?
I mean, I know the biblical story.
Okay, so I think like teenager John Wayne was an extra on this movie. It was one of the first big Hollywood epics, in the same vein as like Ben-Hur. You know, like trying to make big movies,
Summer blockbuster shit.
right?
Yeah.
So
the Oppenheimer of
1933. So they completely simulated the flooding of Earth, and used massive amounts of water and hundreds of actors, hundreds of extras. Well, 3 of them ended up drowning because they did it so big and tried to make it so realistic for the 1930 that they had no safety protocols in order, in line, set up, nothing.
Right.
They just dumped water on all these actors and expected them to swim, and 3 of them didn't make it.
God.
So like MGM, I think, is the studio that still owns that footage. They put the movie out. It was a movie that was released.
Well,
they just
3
cut
dead dudes aren't
yeah,
gonna-
exactly. They just
took $1 million movie here.
they just
1930.
massively edited it. You say in 1930, in either late 90s or early 2000s, I think it was late 90s, Mountain Dew teamed up with a skydiver, but he was one of these first early pioneers of putting a snowboard, where basically skydiving with a snowboard and doing tricks, and because it would change your way you could cut through the air, right? So he's doing a specific stunt for a Mountain Dew Pepsi commercial.
Yeah.
He's supposed to drop from the airplane. His first parachute is supposed to, simulate malfunction, but he's got a backup. But then he's supposed to do his whole little set of tricks and stuff before he pulls his second parachute. So he jumps out of the plane, pulls the first chute for the screen, for the script for the camera. First chute completely malfunctions.
Of course.
So now he's spinning out of control, and this is like the 5th or 6th take they've done for the commercial. Yeah. So they've got other footage. Long story short, his second parachute doesn't open. He falls all the way to his death. All the way. Bitch. Pepsi still used the commercial. Pepsi,
well,
Mountain Dew still, they used the early shots that they had and just pieced it all together. Right. You don't see that. But and they at the time they said, well, it's what he would have wanted. He would have wanted the world to see not only his extreme skill, but his love for Mountain Dew.
Right.
That's a direct quote from the company.
Mountain Splat.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
1028.
So all that being said, most of them fall down the more exciting or the more interesting ones fall down a bit of a grotesque line of
course
category. Of course, that's how
Decapitations.
Exactly. Yeah. Falling 20,000 feet without a parachute and just landing.
What do you look like?
You don't nothing.
Beef
You
jerky?
can't. No, not even.
Nothing's there.
I can't imagine there's. I think
remember
that splatter is.
Look this up. I'm not going to. In the late 80s, I remember I was young. There was a guy washing windows in downtown Fort Worth at the top of one of the biggest buildings in downtown Cowtown, and he fell 20 some odd stories. And I remember there being complaints in the paper from family members because they just kind of washed what was left down into the gutter.
I mean,
with a power hose.
Sure,
and they're like, "That's our loved one. Well, he's raccoon
that's
food
the
now."
Last of what's
Tiger sashimi.
He's tiger sashimi. Thank you, OJ. Okay, so quickly,
That's a sacred human remains there. But now hey.
the work's got to be done.
The joke was, this is not.
This is
not my joke.
Distancing.
This is not my joke.
The joke was
He was, as the millennials like to say, undocumented. And the people that ran the company didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't say what country. Yes, it was definitely Mexico.
Oh, I thought it was a bunch of undocumented Brits.
Canadians.
Bunch of limeys.
Those whack job Canadians.
Yeah, the Canucks.
The owners did not want to get busted for having an illegal. And so they're like, we're wash his ass down because there wasn't much left of him. They just washed it. Looked like,
That's so awful.
It looked like ceviche. They just washed it into the gutter.
I'm never going to be able to eat ceviche.
Get rid of the
again.
evidence.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, granted, what do you do?
God,
What,
man.
okay, hold on. Devil's advocate.
Where'd you find this list? That's cool.
It's great. Devil's advocate, though, real quick. What are you supposed to do? Like, sweep it up?
I guess.
And put it in a bag? Because
I don't
it's
know.
all
I don't know.
snag a few of the teeth. Anyway, okay. All right. Wait, I got to get out
It's
of it.
bad.
Because I don't. As much as what they did sounds completely terrible and
Just
awful
awful, yeah.
and inhumane,
Yeah.
I also don't know what the alternative would have been there. I mean, how do you collect a body that has?
Well, they collect people that get in plane crashes. They still collect some hamburger meat.
Yeah, but I think
Right?
that even.
Didn't they bring some remains up from that submarine that went down the other day?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think they
thought
did.
they-
Yeah, I know. They
Did they
found some.
actually-
They found some carne.
Yeah, that was just remains kind of splattered to the
Yeah.
pieces of the sub.
That's what
they
I thought
found.
it
I thought they
Yeah.
found like human chorizo. Are you sure?
Yeah, I think that's all fish food and like plankton now.
Yeah, they're part of the ecosystem,
and that's beautiful.
it is.
That's why I always say I don't want to get buried. I want to get fed to
Just
a condor.
Send me down in a makeshift homemade submarine with mad cats.
Yeah, just dump my ass on the street somewhere and just let me lay there and let the buzzards come. And, every time a car comes, the
Sega
buzzards.
Dreamcast
I
remote.
almost hit 3 buzzards over here coming to work today because they were after something. And I thought that'd be a cool way to let yourself go out. Just sit there and rot while the buzzards
Okay.
take care of you. That'd be fun.
No, Royce.
Where's that video?
The Nelly Cruz video is
Still
not
there.
lost media.
Still there.
It's still there.
The final out of the St. Louis Cardinals
Okay.
dog pile. That's
Okay.
still out, still there too.
So quickly, two
Okay.
that I want to mention
Okay, quickly.
today.
All right.
Because the other ones I think we'll revisit a lot of these because
And before you do,
I'm obsessed with these now.
it is Hardwick Mortgage, the official mortgage company of Thunderdome. If you're thinking about upgrading or wondering how much you can afford, call to get pre-qualified. Home values have skyrocketed around these parts significantly in recent years. Maybe you have a lot of equity in a house. It's time to take advantage and get some of that equity. Pay off the rest of your debt. Put some cash in your pocket. Take mama to Paris, whatever you want to do. If you are in the market for a new home, Hardwick Mortgage obviously can help you out there and shop around, multiple lenders in the area. Get you the best deal. Boodle Thunderdome, if you're looking to buy new or used manufactured home with the land coming with it. Maybe you just want some acreage. Maybe you just want to buy a little land. Hardwick Mortgage, they do that too. The information presented for informational purposes. This is not a commitment to lend or extend credit. Information and or dates are subject to change without notice. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. As a result of refinancing, your total finance charges may be higher over the life of the loan. Visit hardwickmortgage.com for more information. Hardwick Financial Services, NMLS ID 1972012. Hardwickmortgage.com. It is hardwickmortgage.com. Okay, 2 more.
Okay. So everybody knows now that Kerry Von Erich had the motorcycle accident, lost the foot.
You're just inviting trouble on Twitter.
How?
You know he's going to... Go ahead.
Well, we're
happened?
defending Kerry Von Erich's foot right here by bringing up this piece of lost media. Everybody knows that now. In 1988, very, very, very few people knew. Mainly people close to Kerry and
That he had a fake foot.
that he had a fake foot. Not even every wrestler in the AWA at the time knew that he had a fake foot, even knew about the accident. It was still very, very well contained, tight kept secret. So, November 12th, 1988, match between Kerry Von Erich and Colonel De Beers. It was at the Showboat Hotel in Vegas, AMA show. During the match, Colonel De Beers pulls Kerry's foot off.
Who then went on to start a very prominent jewelry company.
Well, I think that's a different De Beers.
Prove it.
Okay. I think the De Beers, I actually know this. I think the De Beers company bought a mining either in Russia because I just watched this too.
Puma's the dude you can't make a quick joke
No,
about
I
because
know,
he's got a nugget for
Yeah,
everything.
there's something
De
there.
Beers are behind the Diamonds Are Forever advertising campaign from back in the
Right.
day.
I
Yeah.
can't just throw out a stupid joke.
No,
He's
it
got to
drives
stop
me
down
insane,
and
yeah.
tell me the backstory
Well,
of the
no,
joke.
No, because randomly, why the fuck would I have a De Beers fun fact for you?
You always do.
I just watched it last week. Like, I just watched. It was one of
Okay.
those, it was a deepest hole in the world YouTube video.
Okay.
And it was showing, like, all the different mines and quarries and shit, like the deepest holes,
Okay.
man-made holes built in the world. And
You
the-
must have been stoned doing this.
Okay, look, man. Again, yeah, I think you're catching on to a trend here.
Smoking reefers?
I want me some glory hole.
Both. So De Beers rips his leg off, and instantly they stop the match. They cut the tape.
On accident, I'm sure.
Well,
They probably signed paperwork saying don't fuck with the prosthesis.
see, that's disputed because Carey didn't want every wrestler to know.
Yeah.
So there were absolutely people that he
wow.
wrestled that didn't know about his foot.
Okay.
Right.
Did De Beers know beforehand?
See, and that's the depends on which side you believe.
Because that thing's in a boot and everything. You
Right.
got to work hard to rip off a dude's fake foot.
Exactly. And that's why a lot of people believe that De Beers did it intentionally to try to ruin Kerry Von Erich, to try to get him out of the, basically to climb the career ladder.
De bitch.
And then,
Biatch.
there it is. And then other people say it was a complete accident. He had no idea the situation that Kerry was in, and he just ripped it on accident.
terrible,
And
blah,
felt
blah,
off, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Because De Beers went on to say that he ended up feeling partially guilty for Kerry's ultimate suicide because this was a bit of the beginning of the
Kerry was mentally
Exactly.
weak. Anyway,
And-
anything would have triggered that.
exactly.
I think
So,
so.
that one,
Although, quickly, can you imagine not knowing a guy has a prosthesis? You're wrestling against him, and you rip his foot, and it comes off. And for a couple of seconds, your brain's probably fooled itself. Like, wait, what?
yeah. And
Imagine
you're
the
thinking,
shock
like,
of what?
did I just pull?
You
what?
almost don't. It's confusing because it's so unexpected that the dude that foot plops off. Not sure if it sounds like that, but anyway.
I hope it does. Like, I hope it's the comical bloop, the very cartoony effect. So obviously, it spread like an urban legend. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It spread like an urban
Yeah,
legend from people that were in attendance in Vegas at the match.
Yeah.
That then would share, and it's 88, no internet, so this information's not spreading that fast.
I never knew.
Right.
Until later in years.
Exactly. So eventually it reached the desk of a few magazines that reached out and asked Kerry and AWA at the time about the incident. They all denied it.
Right.
So
someone was rolling on this,
it was their tape
and the Von Erichs were able to have it
completely gone.
gone.
This one specifically because the connection with the Von Erichs and growing up loving them, I posted it before, the poster where they wrestled in Glenrose in my tiny ass little hometown just on a barnstorming tour.
Yep.
I tried every search I could, every way I could think to search, every aggregate website I thought might be an option. And I couldn't find anything. I couldn't even find still shots from the match. Like, it feels, and it's because AWA ended up being bought by WWE.
Yeah.
So now they are under the ultimate control of WWF, and apparently the tape exists, and it's just it's basically like the Indiana Jones scene where they're wheeling the Ark of the Covenant into the giant warehouse. That's basically it's somewhere in the stack of tapes of everything WWF owns the rights to.
Did you boys know that Kevin Von Erich now lives in Bernie?
Did not.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he was living in the hellscape.
That's what I was about to say. When did he leave?
Well, recently.
Huh.
Like, he just moved to Bernie like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know why, but he did. I heard him over on. I heard him over with Minix and Ryan Angle
Oh, that's awesome.
talking about his thing he's going to do in September.
Yeah.
He's going to do a little sit down with Dale Hansen, the old TV guy from the Metro Sex. They're going to come, I think, to the Majestic in September, which I'd like to go, and do a Q&A session with fans, or just talk about old Von Erich stories, because Kevin spent 20 years, I think, living in Kauai. Not the island I lived on, but the next door island. I guess he just decided, I've lost everybody in my family. It was kind of like a restart for him, like going out to the hellscape. He wound up raising his sons in Hawaii, but his sons are both grown now. And maybe, I don't know, maybe because Kevin's, getting older. Kevin's probably, late 60s. Kevin Von Erich now lives in Bernie, of all places.
Everybody lives in Bernie. Goldberg, Kevin Von Erich.
It's turning into like a little celebrity getaway.
Jeremy Affeldt, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
the
he
baseball
former
player.
baseball player?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I mean, it feels like there's...
A lot of old musicians from Austin. Decided to get out of the city, and they've chosen...
There's another big one we're missing.
Bernie's turning into a Calabasas, California type
Yeah.
town. Yeah, where a lot of celebs just kind of go there to chill. Anyway,
That's a
but
great
Kevin Von
comp,
Erich lives up the
actually.
street.
It does. Bernie does absolutely feel like a celebrity getaway town.
Big Sur.
On the West Coast.
Indio, California,
Yeah.
something like that.
I've never thought about it.
Yeah, Bernie's turning
It's
into
exactly the vibe
that.
it
Yeah.
gives.
So anyway, maybe Kevin will take his car to Elite Collision. But anyway, I might reach out and see if I can get Kevin to come on.
That would be
That
awesome.
would be very awesome. All right, you got to know.
Okay, last one. Could I interest you boys in one final Bill Cosby stand-up special? Because
Give me some more of the flim flam and the bing dong and the ding ding and the. Okay, we need video.
what year do you think this was recorded?
Okay. We're about to play something?
No.
We're not allowed to, I don't
no,
think.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna make
We're
him
not. I'm
panic.
covering
Oh.
it because
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want you to see the year.
All right, tell me.
A studio approached Bill Cosby to do one last stand-up special.
Well, they found out he was poisoning women and
Well,
raping them while they were unconscious.
That's
and,
what kept it from ever being released. It was in 2014. Netflix it was going to be called Cosby 77. It was going to release on his 77th birthday on Netflix. They filmed it. It's done. It's polished. It's ready to release, but it's just sitting behind, it's delisted by Netflix, obviously, because of everything that we came to find out
Wait,
about
so
Bill
did
Cosby.
he actually do the? He did the performance
Yep.
in front of an audience.
Yep.
So there are people in this world that saw Bill Cosby do stand up in 2014.
Yep.
And it's never seen the
And
light
it's
of day.
never gotten out.
That's pretty cool.
It was filmed before a live audience at San Francisco Jazz Center on July 12th, 2014, the day of Cosby's 77th birthday.
Fucking scumbag.
Right? 60-minute special. A brief this was the original description from Netflix, quote, wisdom and hilarious insights about Cosby's childhood, first loves, and parenthood.
Oh, God. We all know what his first love is.
That's exactly right.
Perversion. God. Was it Eddie Murphy likes to tell a story about Eddie Murphy was in the apex of his stand-up comedy after SNL in the late 80s. And I think he'd just done either Delirious or Raw. And Bill Cosby calls him. They're like, hey, Bill Cosby's on the phone for you. And Eddie was all excited. Oh, my God, this is awesome. Bill Cosby wants to talk to me. And he gets on the phone with Bill Cosby, and Bill Cosby, chews his ass out. You're not representing the black man the way you should. You cuss too much. You're too vulgar. Like Bill Cosby, undressed
Speaking
him.
down to him, yeah.
Yes, how dare you cuss like that? You don't need to curse. You're too talented, blah, blah, blah. So Eddie Murphy feels bad. He's like, well, shit, I'm sorry, dude, but I'm not going to change what I'm doing. But so he called Richard Pryor. Eddie Murphy did. He's like, because Richard Pryor obviously didn't give a shit.
Yeah, so yeah. What's Bill Cosby saying to Richard Pryor about his?
Well, see, and Eddie tells a story. I call Richard Pryor. I'm like, Rich, Bill called me, and Richard's like, okay. He's like, but he chewed me out for cussing. And Richard Pryor goes, tell him I said to suck my dick. Tell him to suck your dick, and tell him I said to suck my dick.
Suck my
So
dick.
anyway, that reminded me of that. That guy, that son of a bitch, is 86 years old.
Yeah.
He lived a full life, getting away with all that shit. Gets out of prison after
Right.
being convicted.
Right.
On a technicality because he's Bill Cosby.
So-
it makes me crazy.
In August of 2014. It was filmed in July. In August, Netflix announced it was going to be released November 28th of that year, the day after Thanksgiving.
Man.
Because they want it's family viewing. It's Bill Cosby, one last stand-up special. Watch it the day after Thanksgiving. Watch it on Black Friday. It was November 18th when Janice Dickinson made her first allegations against Cosby. So 10 days before it was supposed to come out.
Wow.
And Netflix moved basically just hours after her allegations became public. They moved to postpone it, and that obviously it's been on ice ever since.
Tells you a lot about Hollywood. Everybody knew. And thank God Hannibal Buress decided just to get into it one night randomly, knowing that everybody knew about it, but no one did anything about it because he was America's dad. And they just let him get away with it. Oh, it makes your skin crawl.
So, again, there's different scales of lost media.
That's awesome.
But I'll bring a couple to the program.
All right, cool.
Because there's some really...
It triggers old memories.
It does, but it also triggers going back to the overarching feeling that we've been conditioned where just everything's out there. Oh, I can find that. I can get that. I can find that. It's somewhere on the internet.
Right.
Not everything is.
Right. Well, kids, don't assume though that whatever you do will never see the light of day, because 99.999% of the shit you do does stay out there.
Yeah, I mean, we still
don't ruin your lives.
We've still got the R. Bud Dwyer tapes. Those aren't. That's not lost media.
You want to go see President Kennedy's brains get shattered all over the streets of Dallas? It's right there for you.
Speaking of shattered brains, the 1974 Florida news reporter that offed herself during her live report.
Is that out?
Lost media.
Oh, okay.
But
no one needs to see.
Okay,
that,
so God no. Majority of these, it's good that they're lost media.
Yeah.
Like no one, it's awful.
Dead kids.
But it's terrible.
Awful.
But it's still kind of interesting.
No, it is.
The fact that a cannibal dude filmed 3 hours of him consensually eating and killing a guy.
Yeah.
And it's all on tape.
Right.
It's out. So,
just because it might not be out doesn't mean we can't come on here and still make jokes about
that's
it.
correct. So the Florida woman, unlike R. Bud Dwyer, who has the full video out, the Florida news reporter, the news station kept the original video of the event. The guy that owned the station at the time eventually passed away. It got passed down to his wife. His wife had no idea what it was, had no clue. Like she's got old tapes.
Oh my gosh.
She puts it in, watches it, and immediately basically, revolts from the TV, pulls it out. The next day takes it to a law firm and told them, I never want this to be seen by anybody
Why can't
again.
they just destroy it?
Well, the only reason they don't is basically because it's still archival footage of the TV station, and it's not just her report that's on the video. It's hours of news, but the audio is public, and the audio is.
I was going to say
just as
there's
enough.
video, but they cut it out at that moment, and then I think they come back after.
Yep.
Because they end the newscast.
Yeah, you're talking about the video of her event.
Yeah.
That's
out
public,
there.
right?
That-
but the
not the
actual
actual where she
full,
pulls the trigger.
yeah. But the audio is, and it's
Okay, we need people to help us sponsor the San Antonio City Soccer Club. We have a whole bunch of new fields, and I went out there last week to take a look-see. Yo, we're out here at San Antonio City Soccer Club's Northside location off of Speck Road. 8 beautiful soccer pitches we just built out here. Looks gorgeous. Grass is nice and green, keeping it nice and green even in the summertime. But now we got to start the other phases. Right this way, we're going to start building where I'm standing, it's going to turn into a bunch of bleachers. So we need bleachers, we're going to have some food trucks out here, places for people to park. We're just getting started, and we need your help, Thunderdome. We need to put sponsors' names on these fields. If you're interested in helping out the official soccer club of Thunderdome, San Antonio City Soccer Club, hit me up. I'll tell you how to do it. It is the San Antonio City Soccer Club. Need your help, Thunderdome. Help these kids, for the kids. All right, and if you decide to help become one of our sponsors in one of these fields, obviously you'll get field naming rights, entrance sign with your company on there. We're talking field banners and websites on all their social media, all of ours too, because we're in conjunction and we're partners with San Antonio City Soccer Club. marketing materials, social media endorsements, everything. And lots of love from me. All right, so jump into my DM, shoot me an email or a message at miketaylorshow@gmail.com. If you want to talk about maybe sponsoring one of our soccer fields. We have one sponsor, but we have several others. All right, hit that like button. Become a member of this show. We're going to start giving away more stuff to members to make things for members only. It's only $6 a month to become a member of our YouTube show. Like next week, starting Monday, special announcement on membership rewards. Possibilities.
We've talked about so many options and possibilities.
I'll remind you later.
Okay. Yeah.
For now, as a teaser, I've got a butt ton of San Antonio Missions tickets right behind the dugout for this coming month on August. But they're interchangeable, which means if you can't make it on this date, the Missions will pick another date for you to go to one of the ball games. So if you're a member and you want to go to one of these, hit me up. The first couple of people that as soon as we're done today, I'm going to go look at all my media, all my email and DMs and whatnot. First two people I see that want these that can send me a screenshot to prove that they're a member of this show already on YouTube, I will give you these tickets. All right?
Did you happen to tell LG we figured out how to become members of the program?
Yeah, we didn't even know till last night.
Well, we had an idea of how, but
you go to the YouTube. You go to our YouTube page and you click on.
You go to the full page.
Correct.
Not just an episode.
Right. No. Yeah. You pull up our full page, and you click on what was it?
Member.
Is there a member icon? No, it's not member. It was
join.
Join. There it
Thank
is.
you. He's so pissed.
Yeah. Well, look.
Join.
I think
we're on the show.
I think this helps a lot as well because we say. I mean, you say become a member, but you don't
even
ever,
know what it looks like.
Have we ever said how?
No.
I mean, maybe in the early episodes, but it's been a while.
Yeah, so go to our YouTube page, click on Join, and you can pick different tiers of membership.
Join.
So become a member, or if you already are one, jump into my DMs or email me. Prove to me you're a member, and if you're the first two people, will get these tickets. All right. We got some sports news to get into before we get out of here today. So Colorado is going to come to the Big 12. They're returning.
Officially done.
It looks like it. So last night,
I saw their board is meeting today.
All of Colorado's bigwigs are, I think, in meetings as we speak, and basically it is to say we're leaving. Last night, it's so down the tracks that last night all of the chancellors and presidents of the Big 12 had like an emergency meeting last night, like late, like 9, 10 o'clock. While we were at McFinnigan's.
Yeah, they wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't.
And in the I think ESPN reports this morning, unanimous approval by the Big 12 chancellors and presidents.
Founding member returning.
Dion, baby. Dion.
Oh,
wow. That's amazing.
It's Dion, but it's a founding member of the Big 12 coming back. It's a it's a major state school.
Yeah, but they ain't coming last year after 1-11 and
fair.
You know, God knows as their coach. They go get Dion, and that thing is just blown up, and now it makes way more sense now. The Pac-12, they don't know their own ass from last Tuesday.
Yeah, what do they do now?
They're dying on a vine. They have no television deal.
Nope.
And so
they're losing members, which is going to make their negotiation leverage even less.
USC's gone. UCLA's gone. Now Colorado's gone. And once Texas and Oklahoma leave next year, the conference will be back to 12, but if you add Colorado, now it's 13. You got to have an even number, you would think. And so that begs the question, if Colorado's coming, somebody else can't be far behind. My knee-jerk thoughts are SMU. Maybe Jeff Traylor only has to deal with the ponies for 1 year. SMU makes sense. Or I could see a Washington. Maybe somebody like that, an outlier. Hell, BYU's coming. Central Florida or whatever's coming.
Yeah.
I could see UW or one of the Arizonas.
I saw reports that early rumors were that Arizona, U of A, Arizona, is
the Pac-12
potentially who the Big 12 is looking at.
They're turning into the WAC, and they have only themselves to blame. But speaking of Jeff Traylor, y'all saw what the new slogan is. You see my new slogan this year.
No, I missed it.
You gotta have a cheesy slogan.
Yeah, okay, hold on. So it was don't eat the cheese.
Correct.
It was bull don't care.
Bull don't care. This year, what is it?
Oh man. Is it sports adjacent? like Bull Don't Care is. Like that was because of bull riders. Does this one have anything to do?
No, there's not a sports reference in it.
Okay.
But it is about not eating cheese and Bull Don't Care. It's along those same vein, that same thought process.
You saw they didn't wear their championship rings to media day?
It's in the past.
It's in the past. It's a new conference.
That has to do with the slogan.
Okay, tell me. Lay it on me.
Don't matter, get better.
Okay.
That's the slogan. Hashtag DMGB. Don't matter, get better. Don't matter, get better.
This is
Fuck yesterday. We're moving on.
exactly a conversation.
Love it.
I was playing ping pong in high school with a girl. It was a girl everyone wanted to get with.
Yeah.
She's my partner. We're playing ping pong.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to flirt with her. I'm trying to smash my friends in ping pong.
Trying to smash her.
No, I'm trying to smash my friends, so to speak, by beating them in ping pong.
Okay.
She keeps messing up, and she just every time she messes up, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. And finally, I had had enough of it, and I go, stop apologizing. Just be better. Just do better. Stop apologizing. Do better. That's literally what their slogan is.
Yeah. Don't matter, get better.
Don't matter, get better.
Right.
Like that's great. Like
Right.
I don't need your apology, excuse, nothing. Just get better.
121 games in the last 2 years. Don't matter, get better.
That is so backwoods Texan. Don't matter, get better.
You had a knee infection
That's
that
so
fucked up your off season. Don't matter, get better.
That's
You tore your labrum last year and you had a tough season. You missed 8 games. Don't matter, get better.
you rolled
Don't
a
matter, get
car
better.
at 3 a.m. Don't matter, get better.
Bottom line. He's so bottom line. He's no bullshit. He's just
love
on
it.
to the
I
next
love
thing.
it.
Don't matter, get better. Hashtag DMGB.
That's what DMGB.
DMGB, boy.
That's
I
why.
love it.
But that's also
It's
why
cheesy and it's genius at the same time, which blows my mind.
it's
'Cause it's genuine.
It's cheesy.
It's not bullshit,
It's
though.
cheesy and authentic.
Right.
At the same time.
It's not.
That's hard to do.
It's not Mike McCarthy smashing watermelons for a bit.
Or having mojo moments in practice referencing a 30-year-old Austin Powers movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not that.
It's
not
legit.
that.
It's down
Don't
home
matter.
to the bone.
Don't matter.
No bullshit. Don't matter. Get better. Love it.
I love that. That's my favorite one.
I made it
Bull
move.
Don't
It's
Care.
moving, isn't it? It's moving.
We might be full 6 to midnight at this point. Bull Don't Care was a good one,
Well,
but
don't care.
this is
Don't matter, get better.
This is a personal mantra I've held for
Love it.
most of my adult
Fucking A.
life.
Speaking of the Cowboys, before we get into they got bad news already one day into training camp. But before we get into that, let's talk about Hank. You think Hank subscribes to Don't Matter, Get Better? I bet he does. Hank the
No
Realtor.
question.
Hank Perez from Vortex Realty, the official real estate agent of Mike Taylor Live in Thunderdome, serving Bernie, New Braunfels, San Antonio, but all over the hinterlands, Lavernia, Floresville, Castroville, Pleasanton. It is Hank Perez. There is a shortage of homes right now, which means that prices are high. Maybe you're thinking about selling. Well, send your info to Hank. He will run all the comps for you for free. Get back to you, but what they call in the business a free market analysis. Find out what your stuff's worth.
You're not Hank.
And if it's worth what you want it to be worth, sell that sumbitch. No obligations. Hank will run your numbers and get back to you quick. Text him. Obviously, it's a 210 area code. He's poodle. 300-1121. That is the number. 300-1121. Text Hank at 300-1121. It is the official real estate agent of Taylor Live and Thunderdome. It's Hank the Realtor. If you live in San Antonio or the area and you need a real estate agent, call Hank. Come on now, Hank. Orale. All right, we got an injury.
So we've got real quick.
Yeah.
Our new
This is Red.
Our new partner in the program here.
Yeah. We got a mascot. We have 2 mascots.
Cairo.
I'm calling him Red.
Red Cairo, interchangeable.
Yeah, Cairo, like the city.
He is not used to the Hank live reads yet.
Does it freak him out?
every time,
come here, dude. Come here, Red.
Every time LG was firing off a Hank sounder, the dog was, what the fuck was that?
Oh, poor Red.
Spinning around
He'll
real
get
quick.
used to it. All right, y'all. I call him Red, but he's under the table right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like quivering. Oh, I think we did scare him. I'm sorry,
it's
buddy.
going to take him a minute to get used to this whole operation.
Right. All right, the former Aggies great. Thank you. The former Aggies great, who has really come in and turned himself into a real solid player. Our starting free safety, Donovan Wilson, did something to a calf. And they're having an MRI as we speak out in L.A. What is it? It's early out in L.A. It's probably, 8 something?
9 on the dot.
So they carted him off yesterday. He's going to have an MRI. All they tell us it's a calf muscle, and they're already saying 4 to 6 weeks. Hopefully it's not a big old tear. Donovan Wilson is a woodland motherfucker. I don't want to lose him, man.
No question. But ironically enough, it's early, but for the first time in a decade, the Cowboys actually have depth at safety.
Right.
That's the first time we can say that.
Well, Jordan Lewis is on PUP.
Well, and he's more
he's
more of a nickel slot corner anyway in this
but
DQ
just their whole
defense.
Secondary has not been this deep since the 90s.
No.
Yeah.
Corners
and safeties.
And you draft him, what was...
Who plays free safety if Donovan has to miss games?
It's got to be, Hooker and Curse, right?
Well, yeah. Hooker's kind of the swing man out there, I think. Malik Hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, it sucks. Hopefully it's nothing more than that. At this stage, I don't think he needs a lot of training camp time, Donovan Wilson. I'm assuming he stays in shape year-round. And that's what these guys are all on OTAs now all year long. They all have personal trainers. They're all on Instagram posting their workouts. He's physically fine, conditioning-wise. He's just got a messed-up calf. So even if he misses 6 weeks, which puts him right to the season, I don't think he'll need I don't think that Donovan Wilson will need a lot of time to get back. This, by the way, Cowboys talk, there's not a lot, it's one day. We need partners on, if we're going to do Cowboys Overreact, we're committed to 4 dates. My boy at the Ringer has bought us. We're going to do 4 Cowboys postgame shows, Overreacts, out at the Ringer once a month starting in September. But me and Puma want to do all postgames like last year. If you want to partner with me, slide into my DMs too. Email me at MikeTaylorShow@gmail.com. The Cowboy season is about to get rolling. Like the games are down the street. Gosh, it's in 6 weeks. If you want to partner and be a part of our Cowboys Overreact after all games, and that's a really fun show, we get a lot of views, a lot of interactions because we did it all season last year. And we want to do it again this year. We want to do all the games. So you'll get your company seen a lot and a lot of mentions. We will slob your knob, so to speak, on this show. Metaphorically speaking. So jump in here and get some love and become the title sponsor. Or maybe I'm down with 2 or 3 companies combining to do it. Well, that's fine. We need some sponsors for Cowboys Overreact. And we'll end with this. Y'all remember Aaron Hernandez?
Okay, the only reason you're bringing him up, this cannot be an uplifting story to wrap up this episode. Wait, isn't he dead? He's dead now.
He killed himself.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm glad there's not video of that or him murdering a guy.
Is.
And he probably murdered other people too, as we found out in later years after Aaron Hernandez, the infamous dead former New England Patriot tight end who murdered a guy. Who was nothing but a gangster who could play football when he was at Florida, but the Patriots brought him in anyway because, winning. Aaron Hernandez's brother is in the news today. Dennis Hernandez, the older brother of the late Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez. I got this today on, this is AP or Yahoo Sports. What do you think comes next? Something good or bad?
Well, I know it's something bad. I'm debating the levels of, did he shove an old woman down?
Just assuming it runs in the family, the murderousness.
Actually.
All right.
Okay, let me get, I'm going to guess.
Got chemical issues with those Hernandezes.
Stole a car,
Okay.
wrecked it,
Okay.
left it in the middle of a highway, found close to the scene.
No. Dennis Hernandez was caught by the FBI planning mass shootings at the University of Connecticut and Brown University in the Ivy League.
Good Lord.
The 37-year-old was arrested and charged with threatening and breach of peace. According to the incident report as cited by the Associated Press, 2 women told police they were concerned about him and his recent, quote, very erratic behavior, adding that Dennis was, quote, extremely sick and that his mental health is continuing to deteriorate. A woman told police she had been dating Hernandez and loaned him her car so he could make a July 7 court date for a separate case.
Oh, so it did involve a car.
See, he also has had, we've talked about him a couple of years ago. Remember, he got pissed off for some reason and drove to ESPN headquarters and threw a brick through the window.
That's right. Yes.
He's
Okay.
trouble.
So we've known there were
Right.
issues.
He was a two-time team captain at UConn. He played football, where he
I don't remember
played
him.
quarterback and wide receiver from 2004 through 2008. He also has a connection to Brown University. He worked for one season as the quarterbacks coach at Brown University in 2011. So now he's decided that they've wronged him somehow, and he was planning to go and shoot the campus.
Imagine being an Ivy League quarterback being coached by this psycho.
I know.
Like you're a kid who's attending Brown, so I'm
know.
instantly thinking
Full
a certain,
academic scholarship, not football.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I'm instantly thinking a certain way about you to begin with.
And by the way, you can't be a dipshit to play at UConn.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a fairly, I mean, it's
very
not
good,
Ivy League,
but it's a good school.
Great, yeah.
Police noted that they had previously spoken to another woman who said that Dennis Hernandez had gone to, quote, map both of the schools out, UConn and Brown, and told his girlfriend that he, quote, had a bullet for everyone. He also made threatening social media posts, according to the report, quote, will I kill? Absolutely, he wrote on one of his social media outlets.
Absolutely, you bitch.
And wrote, I've warned my enemies, so pay up front. The police findings led them to deem Hernandez as, quote, gravely disabled and a danger to society. He's gravely disabled mentally, and he is a danger to society.
It doesn't sound like that's an overstatement in the slightest.
He also planned to go around murdering anybody he thought profited off of the death of his brother, which is why he has beef with ESPN.
ESPN, okay.
When they did the documentary.
Yeah.
And then they got that long, and there was a long piece that ESPN released a few years ago, basically saying Aaron Hernandez he's killed other people too.
Yeah,
they just never got caught.
He's been a bad apple for a while.
So Dennis wanted to go and murder. He wanted to shoot up ESPN, shoot up Brown University. He's just crazy.
What an uplifting episode this was for a Thursday.
Well, bring on the fart drops.
Yeah. It's the only thing that can save us now.
That's it. We're done. Love y'all hard. Thank you to Puma. That was good, man. That you kicked some dust off some stuff I hadn't thought about in a long time.
I'm telling, there are even deeper ones in the
All
bag.
right. Well, let's periodically bring it out. Thank you to
So to speak.
Cairo the Dogo. Thank you to Ellie, who's always sweet, never bothers us. And thank you to DJ LG. If you want these baseball tickets, message me now. Show me proof that you're a member of Mike Taylor Live on YouTube. If you want to talk about helping us sponsor our Cowboys Overreacts, I'm not doing the show every week if we don't get some help. I mean, just, I don't want to just do it for funsies. If you want to be a part of our post-game show, you boys hit me up on that too. All right, love y'all hard. We'll see you Friday. Thank God we're done. Love you hard. Peace out. I've got a lot better at this YouTube. Yep.
You'll be fine.
See.
Come back, you puppy.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
This is a Bronx bound